pleasant good evening and welcome to CBN4's Primetime News Package. I'm your presenter, Shanna Esprit. Dominica is well on its way to being the country with the most individuals trained in the field of cardiopulmonary resuscitation, better known as CPR. This is according to medical surgeon Dr. Sam Christian, who has teamed up with the Dominica Cadet Corps, teaching the life-saving skill to various individuals, organizations, and students.
What we want is to be at a point where anywhere in Dominica, if someone were to fall, there's a high possibility of someone knowing how to administer first aid. Now, we have great fire and ambulance service. We always need more resources, and our personnel are stretched thin. The Office of Disaster Management and the Community Emergency Response teams are doing a great job, in addition with our regular health services, the clinics, the district medical officers and nurses. We are expanding that to the point where several of other tour operators, vendors, and everyday people like you and I can learn very basic in a short space of time, half an hour, how to administer CPR.
Dr. Christian said CPR is a simple procedure. However, the compressions and transfer of artificial air must be administered in a proper manner. According to Dr. Christian, most individuals will not get the opportunity to save a life in their lifetime. However, it is important that one has the skill to do so if the situation ever arises. In more news, the National Bank of Dominica Limited put a smile on the faces of over 100 children from the Roseau Valley and 3 less fortunate families from Portsmouth during its annual Children's Christmas Party. The party was held for the primary and preschool students of the Trafalgar, Loda, Wharton Waven and Mount Prosper primary schools. Principals of the respective schools all expressed their appreciation to the National Bank of Dominica for what was described as a great initiative. Meanwhile, Malcolm Henry, Marion Thomas and Martha Remy from Portsmouth were the recipients of grocery hampers from the National Bank of Dominica, valued at 500 Eastern Caribbean dollars each. Susan Joseph Piper, executive manager at the bank, expressed satisfaction with the success of both events, adding that they are grateful for the opportunity to improve the lives in the community they serve. And 3 men are in police custody following a drug bust in the community of Silver Lake. Police Public Relations Officer Pelham John Baptist said the drug bust was conducted by the drug squad of the Dominica Police Force.
Executed a search warrant at the house of Nickel James, male adult of Silver Lake. The police recovered 245 grams of alleged cannabis weed with an approximate street value of $540 Eastern Caribbean currency and 218 grams of alleged cocaine with an approximate street value of $12,965 Eastern Caribbean currency.
John Baptist said Nickel James and Dwight Benoit, both 20 years old of Silver Lake, and 21-year-old Kervin Joseph of Massac, were arrested on suspicion of possession with intent to supply alleged cocaine and cannabis weed. Investigations into the matter continues. Officer in charge at the University of the West Indies Open Campus, Kimon Joseph, says students should make every effort to attend memorial lectures, which have been proven to be very educational. Joseph said this is important as students should be exposed to both formal and non-formal forms of education.
We believe that young people should always be willing to participate in both formal and non-formal education. We believe that it is important for young people to be able to experience someone who is particularly trained in a field coming to talk about the research that they have been doing. For us, we've always stressed that, yes, it is always nice to have an opinion, but people need to have informed opinions. And so when you get information from somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, then it is better that you'd be able to converse with the person and share your own ideas and then be better informed to be able to tell other people.
Joseph stated during lectures hosted by the University of the West Indies. According to Joseph, the question and answer segment following every lecture proves to be enlightening for all guests, whether students or adults. And leader of the opposition United Workers' Party, Lennox Linton, has written to Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, questioning him on various aspects of his relations with Dizani Alison Madueke, the former Nigerian Petroleum Resources Minister. In his letter, Linton said Madueke has become yet another individual arrested in connection with international crimes, while in possession of a Dominican diplomatic passport and diplomatic immunity received from Skerrit. According to Linton, Skerrit said Alison Madueke was introduced to him on a routine stopover visit to London in May of 2015. However, by the 21st, due diligence was completed to facilitate her appointment as Trade and Investment Commissioner for Dominica. This he deems as questionable. General Secretary of the Dominica Public Service Union, Thomas Lita, says a new general manager for the Public Works Corporation will certainly not resolve the long-standing issues plaguing the corporation. Leighton's statements come on the heels of the corporation replacing Eddie Labassiere for McDowell Paul to serve as general manager.
I have said it before and I'll repeat, the corporation needs an injection of funds. What are you going to do with the funds? You would have to repair equipment, you will have to purchase new equipment where all these things are necessary, and also in addition to the corporation doing things for private people, the corporation would need to have a lot of projects from the government.
Later said it is only when such things are done that the corporation will realize positive results. Stay tuned for sports with Ali and Christopher.
Welcome to today's Sport Report with me. I am Ali and Christopher. First up, West Indies delivered a better all-round batting display but were overpowered by Australia inside 4 days to suffer a 177-run defeat in the second test at the MCG. Captain Jason Holder and Dennis Ramdin scored powerful half-centuries to lead a gusty fight back, but the Aussies prevailed to secure the series 2-0 and retain the Frank Worrell Trophy. All 7 frontline batsmen got starts as Windies showed determination before they were bowled out for 282 in the second innings after Stephen Smith's overnight declaration on 179 for 3. Ramdin and Holder spearheaded the resistance by adding 100 runs for the 6th wicket, but tackling a 460-run deficit was always going to be a tall order. Michel Marsh 4 for 61, Lyon 3 for 85 and James Pattinson 2 for 49 as the Aussies dismantled the Windies' middle order, reducing them to 5 for 150 shortly after tea. West Indies team management have rejected media reports that they have banned noted Trinidadian journalist Fazil Mahmood from conducting player interviews. Several news outlets reported that the experienced Mohammed, currently attached to the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, the ABC, the commentary team for the 3-test tour, had been blacklisted over recent comments he made which were critical for the embattled Windies. However, in a media release late on Monday, The Windies team management said that no member of the ABC's commentary team had been banned for conducting interviews with players. And that's all for the Primetime Sport Report for this evening. Thank you. I am Alian Christopher.
Now for the weather report. This evening, expect patchy clouds and a warm atmosphere with a shower in the area. Temperatures will be in the highs of 83 degrees with a low of 76. Humidity is at 75% with a 40% chance of rain in the area. Sea conditions are moderate in open waters with waves up to 8 feet. Winds are moving east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly with a decrease of 15 to 45 kilometers per hour. The sun rose at 6:31 a.m. and set at 5:46 p.m. Let's take a look at the weather synopsis. The Atlantic high-pressure system will continue to dominate conditions across the region. Low-level clouds moving with a brisk trade wind flow will result in occasional cloudiness and scattered showers across parts of the island chain during the next 24 to 48 hours. Moderate sea conditions are expected during the next 24 to 48 hours, with waves also peaking near 8 feet. All users of the sea, particularly on the eastern coast, should continue to exercise caution. Let's take a quick look at the weather updates for tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday, expect the weather to be partly sunny with a shower, with a slight change in weather patterns in the evening. Temperatures will be 83 degrees high with a low of 76. Humidity will be at 73% with a 51% chance of rain in the area. Meanwhile, sea conditions will be moderate in open waters, also with waves up to 8 feet. Winds will be moving east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 45 kilometers per hour. Sun will rise at 6:31 a.m. and will set at 5:45 p.m. And that's all for the weather report this evening. Thank you for watching. And that's all for the Primetime News this evening. Once again, I am your presenter, Shana Esprit, saying goodbye.